What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 42 of If I Had a Hammer. If you're still enjoying the series, please go and hit that like button. It lets me know that you're still interested. Now, final day of the season, we're taking on Manchester City. I know it's the second time we're facing Manchester City this season, but that's just how the schedule was laid out. And to be quite honest with you, I'd like another shot at retribution for the Citizens taking Andrei Zivkovic last season. So, before we get to that, of course, we must go over how we've been faring in the league up to this point over the last month. Plus, we did, in fact, qualify for Europe. Which European qualification is it? Well, let's take a look at the results, and you'll find out. Following the boring and dull and boring match that was Watford in the last livecom, we then went to Burnley and defeated them by the score of 2-1. Yuri Tielemans and Joel Poyampalo being the two goal scorers for us. Burnley did not the match up in the 38th minute, though, forcing us to, be on a little bit more attacking, which led to the Poyampalo goal. But it was pretty much how we played for the entirety of the match. We had 58% possession, 14 shots, 8 of them being on target, only one person below a 7 average rating. Up and down the pitch, everyone playing spectacular to keep our positioning as it was. We still were in third place at this point in time, so 3 solid points here helping us get into Champions League. But then we started to hit a skid as we only drew 1-1 against Swansea. Driussi getting us a goal in the 21st minute. However, good old Alberto Pelosi in the 39th minute knotting the match up, and that's how the match ended. I can't get away from Pelosi. He did it to us while he was at Everton, and he's doing it to us while at Swansea. We had 18 shots, but only 3 of them on target. We cannot continue to have this poor bit of finishing because it's going to hurt us in matches like this where we need to win in order to keep our placement in the Champions League. We had 56% possession as well. Everyone played above average, and you figured we should have come away with a second goal and all 3 points, but on this day, it was not to be. You know how I said at the end of the last episode, if I didn't get a result from these next 5 matches, I would be disappointed? Yeah, I was more than disappointed after this. A 2-1 loss to Derby. We were off to a great start. Joel Poyampalo in the 14th minute getting us a great goal, and all over them. We were all over them for the first half. The second half, they started counterattacking more, and in the space of 8 minutes, Tom Ince and Bradley Johnson getting 2 for the Rams and putting us on our back foot. We were scrambling to try and find an equalizer, and I thought we had it when Joel Poyampalo stepped up to take a penalty. But instead, he shot it right down the middle. Joe Robles didn't move, made the save, and ultimately gave Derby the win. We had 15 shots, 7 on target, 58% possession. We should have had an equalizer somewhere along the line, and also defensively, not allowing the counter-attacking goals from Derby would have helped as well, but it is what it is. We dropped points, and it was really absolutely disgusting. Another disgusting way to lose, another match where we dropped points as we ended 2-2 against Stoke. Admittedly, they did start off the goal scoring in the 65th minute, but we hit them back. Vincent Van Adrisha and Sebastian Driussi, we were up 2-1 with 3 minutes left to play, but in stoppage time, a back post cross goal, which saw Jordan Ibe tap the ball into open net, really left me wanting to throw something. We had the better attacking chances on the day. We had 17 shots, 6 on target, almost 60% possession. Team played absolutely amazing. However, defensively, we just could not find Jordan Ibe at the end of the day, and he was able to knot the match up and steal points away from us. 2 matches in a row that we have dropped points. Can't continue to let that happen. Oh, but it happened again, the 3rd match in a row where we dropped points because of some stupid BS play. 1-1 away to Leicester, though admittedly we didn't get on the board until the 78th minute, and by that time with 12 minutes to go, I thought for sure we had kept Leicester down and we were going to get a clean sheet. Our 12 shots, 7 on target, 54% possession. I thought for sure that we would have had at least one more goal in this match to prevent something like this happening. But lo and behold, in the 88th minute, another back post cross goal. Patrick Peacher able to tap the ball once again into the open net, leaving me just about to pull my hair out because of how bad our defense is. And this is another match where we drop points, and admittedly, through these last 5 matches, defensively, we started to get tired. We started not to be so, tightly formed to prevent the defense. But that's still 5 points from the last 3 matches that we could have had and we could have continued to better our positioning in the Premier League. And because of those 5 drop points, we now see ourselves down into 5th place, 68 points through 37 matches, which means that we do see ourselves into Europa League for next season. But, as I said, those dropped 5 points, we could be challenging Arsenal for that 3rd and final Champions League spot right now if we did not have those stupid back post cross goals. I mean, they're great when I have them, but they're absolutely infuriating when it happens to me. I know you guys probably feel the same way, but it is what it is. We can't go back and do that right now. We just got to sit here and deal with it. Taking a look at the rest of the table, Liverpool more than likely will win the Premier League this season. Manchester City, our opponents today, will finish in 2nd, Arsenal in 3rd, Manchester United in 4th. However, if we win and United lose, we could be in 4th place. The final 3, Sunderland, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, all relegated. Sucks to see that all 3 of them have gone down, but we will see who will replace them in the championship at the end of the season. Now, let's get into today's match versus Manchester City. It's a big one. I really want to try and stop Andrei Zivkovic because, you know, he and Sergio Aguero are the highlights of that team. And it's been 2 weeks since our last match, so everyone's fully fit. We're going to use the anchor today, and this is how we're going to line up. We're going to have Butland in net, Shaw, Lucas, Lindelof, and Byram, the 4 defensive backs, with Julian Desart sitting in that defensive mid role. Yuri Tielemans, our lone center mid. Our 3 attacking mids will be Driussi, Van den Broek, and Van den Driesche. And sitting up top today, Joel Poliampalo, who's really turned it on over the last month and a half, has unseated Łukasz Teodorczyk as the starting striker, even though, as I said earlier in the season, Teodorczyk is pretty much my number 1 because he's been consistent throughout the remainder of the season up to that point. It's been Poliampalo for the last couple of months, so that's why he's going to get the start today in the final match. And like I said, we really need to close down Zivkovic and Aguero if we want to get anywhere against this team. So cross fingers, hopefully we can. So let's kick off and see what happens. First highlight of the day, and it goes to Manchester City. Andrei Zivkovic tackled harsh off the ball, but then Driussi getting tackled off the ball as well. Aguero cutting inside to the top of the D. Andre Schürrle cutting inside, but the ball goes over the top. Free kick, Zivkovic cutting inside to Aguero to Otamendi, flicking it on, and Nicolas Otamendi makes it 1-0 to Manchester City off of some great play, let's be honest. All set up from a free kick on the left side of the net, Zivkovic flicking it on Aguero. I'm pretty sure Aguero was trying for the net, but Otamendi was right there to pick up the pieces, really, and give Manchester City the lead. I'm going to say Manchester City were on the ball, but we get it right back. Driussi trying to go up the wing. What a bad pass. And Zivkovic now with the ball, taking it up the right, cutting inside, and throws in a cross, but it's cleared away. Driussi getting it all the way back to the center circle at the very least, clearing that danger. Van den Driesche with a steal. If he can run, he could run a lot, but Jose Gaya there with the stop, and now Manchester City with the ball once again. A long ball over the top. It's Nuri. Nuri taking a shot, but it's over the bar. And we could hit him on a break here. We could. We have the pace. Poliampalo taking it all the way to the corner. Doesn't have a lot of help in the middle. Cuts inside. Van den Driesche with the ball. Back to Poliampalo. To Van den Driesche. Takes a shot, but it goes wide. Man City are all over us at current, and we really don't have much to say about it. We do not have a lot of, power to withstand this pressure that Manchester City are having. And that was a really bad pass. And they get the ball once again. Nuri out to Fossum, to Allen, which is probably Joe Allen. I can't really tell. Nuri cutting inside to Aguero. What a good save from Jack Butland to prevent it from being 2-0. Nuri whipping it in, cleared away. Tielemans, he could take it and go. Or he could just let him take it off of him. Zivkovic taking a shot, and it's saved by Butland. This team is comical right now. Seriously, this team in West Ham just cannot do anything right now. As Manchester City are just running all over them. Gaya trying to go to the far post. Zivkovic is there. He can put in another cross, I'm sure. He's done it in the past for us. Butland just turns it around the post. There has been such disparity between the two teams right now. Manchester City have taken 16 shots, 7 on target. Of course, only the 1 goal. Butland's doing really well in net. Meanwhile, on our side, only 2 shots, and probably lucky to get those 2 shots anyway. But we need to do something to push the ball into their half and try and get some attacking chances of our own, because right now it's been all one-way traffic. We cannot let Manchester City continue to do this to us. We need to come back and try and get ourselves a goal. So I'm going to figure something out. So we'll be back for the second 45 in just a bit. It's Man City, of course, Zivkovic getting to Joe Allen to Sergio Aguero. Takes a shot, and it's 2-0 to Manchester City. Sergio Aguero, only his 18th goal of the season, which is really surprising. I would have thought he would have had a lot more for Manchester City, considering how they play and how he plays. But Aguero just shooting it through 2 defenders, Butland not being able to save that, and that's pretty much all she wrote at this point, you'd figure. Ball over the top, Gaia, he could put it across, he does, far post, Zivkovic. As I say that, Zivkovic does it against us. His 7th goal of the season, it's 3-0 to Manchester City, and it's pretty much game over at this point in time. Just sit back and let it happen. It's just, it's been a rough day. It's been a really rough day for us. Cleared away by Manchester City. And they're going to hit us on a counter. Aguero up to Zivkovic. He's got 2 guys around him. Nuri, and it's 4. It's 4. What the hell is my defense doing? Oh my god. This is just embarrassing at this point in time. The defense, not 2 minutes after the Zivkovic goal, look at it. They're not even near Nuri. Absolutely just letting him run free. Gee, can you tell Manchester City want to win the title? They needed a blowout of us, and they need to hope that Liverpool lose. 8 minutes to go, and we actually have a bit of attacking movement. Payet into Pau. We get one back. I mean, it's too little too late at this point in time, but that was some decent attacking movement to get the ball through. Driussi flipping it through to Payet. Payet taken to the byline, crosses it in. Paulo is the first man there, and it's a great finish. Too bad that the match is over at this point in time. There it is, full time. It's 4-1 Manchester City, and like I said, if they weren't going after the title, you couldn't tell they were going after the title with how many attacking chances they put on us. They had almost 30 shots to our 5. That was just, so bad. So damn bad. And Liverpool at the end of the day won their match anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, like I said, we're going to be 5th place no matter what. If we lost or we drew, if we won, we would have been up into... Yeah, actually, if we won, we would have been up to 4th place because Manchester United lost to Leicester. But at the end of the day, we're in 5th place. So, 4-1. 4-1. And our defense just couldn't do anything about it. I know... That's it. I know what I'm doing for next season. I'm going to try and strengthen my defense because clearly Tommy Hoban, Lucas, Victor Lindelof is okay. I mean, I'm not going to try and go get rid of him. Callum Chambers, I may have to get rid of him. My entire center backing core needs to change. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do for this offseason. And it looks like $26 million we get for 5th place. That's always good. Liverpool win the Premier League. Good for them. Chelsea sacked Frank de Boer. I didn't even know he was their manager. I'll deal with the Driussi contract later. But, yeah, okay. 5th place, not bad. Not a bad rebound from what we finished last season since we finished in 8th. So, and we're in Europe as well. Can't fault us for that. That's going to bring in extra money for the club. But I will go over stats. And I will go over, not transfers. I'll go over stats and I'll go over who's coming up from the championship in a special little mini bonus episode coming after this. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new and you want to see more content on the channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.